everybody, and thank you for tuning in again to My 3 Cents. So, spring has sprung and draft season has begun, and I know we're all happy about that. Most of us had a draft this past weekend, the 33rd Division. Draft board is looking sweet, and a lot of us have a draft this upcoming weekend for the East Coast Ballers League, so looking forward to that up in Pennsylvania. Before we get started, I want to send a quick birthday shout-out to Mr. Banya, James, Nathan, Kiff, and Scotty, who all have birthdays over the past week, tomorrow, whatever. Happy birthday, guys. Good luck this season. So, let's get into a draft review. We got a lot to cover, so we're just going to cover the Oddballs division this week, Even Balls division next week, and we're going to put questions on hold until the draft reviews are done. So, Mr. Queef, you're up first. Everybody else get some questions in. I also want to give thanks out to Mr. Posty for helping us out with the draft, drinking our beer, eating our wings, and being a pain in the ass the whole time. Thanks, guy. Love you. So, Oddballs. Let's start off with the Oddballs division, do a little draft review. We're going to take a look at each team, do a little thumbs up, thumbs down, what went right, what went wrong, and then we'll take a look at the division as a whole and where we think they're going to finish. One quick thing before we start. I know last week we talked about Rays, Lind, Hayward, and Strasburg. Just to touch on that, Rays and Lind ended up going a third round back-to-back. Hayward and Strasburg ended up going in the 10th round back-to-back. So, all in all, it sounds about right. Hayward and Strasburg still keep some keeper value there in the 10th round. Keep them for about 3 or 4 years if they pan out. And Rays and Lind, 3rd round, that's about where they belong. Today we found out Rays is going to resume baseball activity, so that could end up being a value if Rays can avoid any further vague injuries or illnesses. So, let's get right to it. First team in the Oddballs division, Banya, McLovin. Last year failed to make the playoffs, finished 10-13, looking to rebound. Takes Mr. Pujols in the first round. No-brainer, thumbs up there. Also gets a big thumbs up on finding a lot of value at the end of the draft. His last 5 picks were Napoli, Corey Hart, Howie Kendrick, Irvin Santana, and Roy Oswalt. Roy Oswalt was the last pick of the draft. I mean, a few years ago this guy was going as an ace, for some people. So, thumbs up there, Mike. Thumbs down, taking Mark Reynolds while Kevin Youkilis is still on the board. Thumbs down. Taking Mark Reynolds in general, I hate this guy. 200 strikeouts. How the hell is he going to score enough points when he strikes out 200 times? Can't stand guys like that. Thumbs down, taking Manny Ramirez while there's still other outfield value out there. There's too many question marks around Manny in my mind. I know the guy can perform, risk reward, but whatever. I'd rather have Markakis. The guy just goes out there and does what he does. As a result of some of those picks, Mike actually has the lowest rated outfield in the Oddballs division, so thumbs down there. But outfield is deep, so maybe you'd be able to recover from that. Alright, so let's move on. Next team, Rich, the old farts. Rich, he who picks who he wants. So, thumbs up to Rich. He had the 3rd pick, and he traded for the 2nd overall pick. Thumbs up, Utley and Hanley Ramirez. Seems like a no-brainer. So, strongest middle infield probably in the league. Thumbs up, also got a lot of Ks with his starting pitching. We know we want to chase Ks, not wins as a general rule because they're easier to predict. Also got some good youth on his team. Did a good job of getting some 5-category guys as well, like Kemp and Worth, who were both keepers actually, but that will give him some scoring stability throughout the year, so another thumbs up. Thumbs down, corner infield. What happened? I can't do my work. Adam Dunn at first base, Ian Stewart at 3rd. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So, as a result, Rich actually has the lowest rated infield in this division despite taking our man crushes, Utley and Hanley, in the 1st round. So, we'll see how that pans out. Of course, lots of upside with Stewart. You know what you're going to get from Dunn. I just don't know if you could put Dunn up against the other first baseman in this division, like Teixeira, Fielder, and Pujols. So, we'll see what happens. Rich usually has an ace or 2 up his sleeves. So, that's that. Next team, the Misfits. Despite keeping a first baseman, I did draft Prince Fielder in the 1st round thinking, you got to score to win. This guy scores a ton of points. So, thumbs up. Nice, young, strong, stable starting pitching. We got Gallardo, Kershaw, Hanson, Nolasco, and Brett Anderson. Lots of upside. I like these guys. Of course, with youth comes question marks, but that's a nice group of starting pitchers. Also, the highest rated infield in the division, with Prince at 1st, Cano at 2nd, Rollins at short, Kung Fu Panda at 3rd base, Also, Joey Votto is another first baseman, and Kurt Suzuki a catcher. Big thumbs up there. Thumbs down. Actually, the trade that I made, trading away my 4th pick for Ethier, who slotted in my 7th pick, in essence losing 2 picks there, kind of handcuffed me at the top of the draft. I think I would have been able to make, be a little more flexible without that trade and maybe get a better overall roster. So that's thumbs down. Next team, Newton, Robin Redbreast, the defending champion. This guy, what he's got, Lincecum and Wainwright as keepers. What does he do with his first pick? Take Doc Halladay. That'll piss some people off, right? A little bit earlier than we thought he would go, but we knew he'd be going somewhere around there. So thumbs up, starting pitching. Duh. He's got the top 3 rated starting pitchers in this division, according to these rankings. So in other words, none of our pitchers would be starting if we had his. Thumbs down, I think he went a little too heavy with youth in the second half of the draft. Of course, we'll see how it pans out, but it might hurt his depth. If he gets any injuries, I don't know that he'll have the right people to fill in. He might have to quickly make some trades. Might have to drop some of these guys and pick up, the everyday players like Juan Pierre or whoever else. So, final team, Scotty, team Puss in Boots. Came out of the chute, drafted Teixeira, Halladay, and then Markakis. So, easy thumbs up. Best outfield in the league, probably. He's got Halladay, Markakis, and then Justin Upton, who's, just shooting up the charts. Highest rated outfield in the division, I think just said that. Another thumbs up, he got Francisco Liriano, not Mark Liriano, in the 21st round. I think that's an awesome value. This guy is lights out right now. He was lights out in the Dominican League or wherever the hell he plays over the winter. He's lights out in spring training. We know he can do it. He's done it before. I mean, this guy could end up being Scotty's #1 pitcher by the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Getting into that, thumbs down. Scotty, your starting pitching sucks ass. Cliff Lee's your ace, and he's already pulled his gun or his +1 or whatever it is, and then you got Matt Garza and Gavin Floyd. So as a result, you got the lowest rating starting pitching in the division. Other than that, I think your team is very well balanced. You got good youth, you got some veterans, good across the board. The only thing there is I don't see anyone that really strikes fear in me when I have to play you. So that's that. That's all 5 teams. So where we think they're going to finish. Last year, Banyu was 10-13, Rich was 11-12, and I was 7-16. We didn't make the playoffs. Newton was 15-10, Scotty was 14-10. They made the playoffs. Newton won the championship. I think Banyu and Rich fighting for wins all year. I think they'll both struggle to win 10 games this year. I think I got to give the nod to Newton to win the division. I think it's really close between me, Newton, and Scotty right now. I think Newton will pull away and win the division. Me and Scotty will fight for that second spot. As of right now, I think I have a slight leg up on him. It's going to depend on a lot of things, of course, throughout the year. We're both known to trade a lot as well, so we'll see what happens. But I think Newton takes the 1 spot, I'll take the 2 spot, and we'll see what happens in the playoffs. So that's the Oddballs review. Like I said, we'll get to the questions once we're done with the draft reviews, so get them in. Some of us have the East Coast Ballers draft this weekend, Saturday. We're looking forward to that. Weekend after that, we got the SNS League. But next week we'll come back. We'll do the Even Balls review. So looking forward to that. Let me know what you think of the show. Thanks for tuning in and listening to my 3 cents one more time. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks a lot.